Good gravy. What we got is we do store some grain in what they call those grain bags. If you ever see those white tubes at the end of the field, that's basically grain stored in those bags. There's a machine that fills them and a machine that empties them. And I'm just gonna head up to, we're kind of at a remote location on some gravel roads, so we're gonna head up to see if the roads would be able to drive trucks on. We got a grain cart up there now just because the fields are so wet, there's no way we could get our semis in and out of it. So we loaded onto a grain cart that has a tractor on it, fill it, pull it out, and then fill the trucks on the gravel road. And so that's what we're doing. But I'm gonna go up and see if we can get our trucks up there, and hopefully we can get something done while it's still basically wet and kind of gloomy out. What we got is a culmination of the frost coming out of the ground and just a lot of wet conditions, and you'll get these soft spots in these roads, and you know, it just kind of wreaks havoc on trucks and just traveling on these things. Kind of makes it more of a mess, but it's getting better, I notice. Coming up here on the bag. What I might do while I'm up here, may or may not bring the trucks up, but I could fill this cart. It does have a tarp if I don't come back up here, but at least it'll be full. So what I think I'm going to do is fill it up, and then I'll decide later if I want to try to bring a truck up here. As you can see it rotating there, wrapping up the bag. Well, I got the auger wagon full. I'll probably still go ahead and tarp it. And just in case if I don't make it back up here tonight, it'll be covered just in case we do get a little shower or something. By the way, that's what we do with our bags when we get done. I don't know if you've seen that kind of round thing on our bag unloader, but once we're done, we run it through there and it wraps it up, kind of makes it look like a miniature bale, and that way we can dispose of them a little better, more easily. Let's try door number 2. Try for round 2. Well, I'll be dipped. It is real. Hey guys, how we doing today? We're in the shop right now. We're servicing up one of these tractors. It's an 8295R. We're just going through changing oil. Got to change the hydraulic filter. Just kind of making sure it's all serviced up, ready for spring. It's still dirty right now, but we usually like to do all the maintenance to it first, then clean them off, just so they don't have to do it twice, basically. Also, what we're gonna maybe try to start doing today is, we got them sitting outside here. We got our saddle tanks. We're gonna start putting those on. We strip till, and those are the kind of tanks we use to put on our fertilizer with the strip till and stuff. Got our pumps sitting out there too. Hopefully we can get some of those things put on and go from there. Touch to the sprayer, we just got to put the spray tips and stuff on from the old sprayer on it and maybe a few new ones. This is another tractor that we got to put the tanks on. That's the other planter. We've gone through most of this one. This one's almost ready. We got a couple plumbing things to do underneath that we wanted to change up. The other one we just got to hook up, go through the True V's, check out a few things and do a couple more plumbings for the fertilizer on this one. Then it shouldn't take too much, or at least we hope. We might be short tractors this spring, so hopefully we don't have to dig this one out. So yesterday was a small success. We got the tanks on one tractor. Still dirty. We still got to clean the tractor off. Maybe we'll do it today. You know, the funny thing about sharing the shop with your brother and father is somehow nobody gets anything out. Just so you know, I got all the good looks in our genetic pool. When you're operating the tractor on the grain bagger, the hydraulics of that reel pull the tractor. You just leave the tractor in neutral. If you don't pull it out of park, you're just going to stretch the crap out of the bag and eventually rip it. Looky here, a little fossil from Harvest Past. Well, I got my truck loaded and the other truck loaded, so I also took my leak, so I'm ready to go in for a round to dump at the elevator. So we're getting near the end of the bag here, and we'll kind of see how we finish these things up. Also, what we like to do is when we get to the end of the bag is roll it back a few more feet and redo it to kind of help get most of the corn we can through the augers, and then we'll just have to scoop the rest. So there still is scooping involved with this process. Why we do it twice is because the front of the bag, it builds up most there underneath the auger. When we do it twice, it allows it to kind of scrape the bottom a little better, less scooping. That's our reasoning. There's a million different ways you could probably do it though. So this is about how much I got left to scoop out of the bag. So that spear pinches that bag up against there. Then it just starts rolling it up. I don't know if you can see it, but we loop baling twine around there, and then that way you can wrap it up so it stays in shape. Like that, voila. Flips to the side, then you can dump it out wherever you want. Not sure which bear did that. So what I'm doing right now is kind of got some projects on hold in the shop right now, just waiting on a guy to show up to do some welding, but I'm waiting for sprayer tips. We kind of have these they call them nozzle bodies that allow you to have up to 5 different kinds of nozzles on them. This is one of the nozzles I'm putting on right now. You got the nozzle tip and the cap, and then we've also put the strainers inside to kind of help avoid contaminants getting inside and plugging our nozzle tips up and screwing up the spray pattern. On a sprayer, if I ever get a chance to show you guys later in the season actually working, but this is where you basically fill the sprayer at, your fertilizer or water. And then if you add chemicals, this is the inductor. This is kind of where you do everything. All these valves kind of have different functions to load the sprayer with. They kind of have them all labeled on what you're supposed to do. There's kind of a sight gauge to see how full your fluid is in your tank. To access this guy, you just come up the front here. So we're inside the sprayer here. That gauge over there basically tells you how fast and the speed and some major functions of the sprayer engine. This over here is everything else. This kind of tells you your tank levels, gallons per acre, and basically the brains, the computer of it. And here over here is your handle for different functions like your booms, how to go up and down, spray, turn on and off. Auto track. This one's your oh crap button that just shuts everything down in case of emergency. And here's everything else. Your most important one is your radio and your air conditioning. That's the most major ones I like to focus on. This is what happens when you have a brother that has an IQ of an ostrich. It's about noontime, so I'm going to go home and get some lunch, and we'll catch you a little